Happy don't go to work unless it's fun day, gang. What's going on, guys? Welcome back finally to your favorite, very missed, very, very sought after new episode of your favorite solo podcast. Unremarkable, guys. We're back in the speakeasy. You thought it was going to be a change of pace. Nothing's changed. I thought it'd be totally different by now, but you know, sometimes Dad strikes out, and that's okay as long as we're having fun, huh? Fun at work. Don't go to work unless it's fun day. Very cool. Don't know where that got started. Pretty sure somebody who was in charge of creating these made up Hallmark holidays came up with this run shortly before putting a gun in his mouth, turning the gun on himself after killing several of his coworkers. Don't go to work unless it's fun day, huh? I am your little drinking pal, Gonzo Gaspacho, on all the platforms. Guys, do the following, the hitting us up. Let us know what you think it is we should be talking about. Some drink recommendations. Ooh la la. We will get to those, I swear to you. Any cocktails, any kind of mixed drinks, maybe just something canned that's been doing you over pretty good that you want to see what Dad thinks. Send them in, DM us, and we will get to them. Give you a little shout out on the marquee lights at the beginning of the show. Huh? That's what everybody loves, a little shout out. Huh? Don't go to work unless it's fun day. Listen, you get you a little Red's Apple Ale, huh? And take your ass back to work from your 15 to 20 to 30 minute break. I don't know how you try cheating the system. You don't got to punch in and out for those little ones. So you can go ahead and take your time, if you will. Speaking of having fun at work, you gotta have fun, right? That's what everybody always loves saying in the workplace. You gotta have fun, huh? But when I say a slur, all of a sudden it's not that fun now. People don't know who's good. I can't make a joke about disabled people or anything like that. I mean, I do, but then I go, sorry guys, if anybody knows one, maybe your daughter, maybe your son, or just a neighbor that you look after unwillingly and you're trying to move out, but they keep costing you money because they keep falling or whatever their disability is. I don't know. You know who knows how to have fun at work? The chief of police in New Jersey. This guy is a hoot. He was accused of shitting the floor recently. Awesome. Great start. You might think that's really all that he was being accused of. Nope. He's being accused of turning the department into Animal House, NBC News says. The guy is being accused of not only shitting the floor, but spiking coffee with Viagra. What does Viagra do to women, by the way? I don't know what kind of poison control hotline you got to call, or you know what, will it make you miscarry? I don't know. Listen, I do know Viagra can't be healthy for babies. No way, Jose. If you were to tell me, Goose, actually, it's really good for their heart health. Jabbing one officer in the penis with a hypodermic needle. Holy shit. Just real, like he's going through his midlife crisis trying to rekindle that locker room fun he used to have. What's a hypodermic needle? What kind of needles are there?
Just like a regular one. It's like a standard needle.
Okay, not a vaccine kind of.
No, yes, it's got like the hole in it. That's what makes it a hypodermic needle. Okay,
I don't know words very well. Not a sewing one, because this guy's not a pussy. He's not. I don't sew, you fucking, give me your dick. He starts lighting up dicks. It's just Jeb. Very cool. Robert Farley. It's always a Farley, huh? It's always a Farley. The most fun guys. He's a veteran. This man has seen some things, huh? So how can you blame him for trying to just come into work and blow off some steam, right? I mean, you got to be putting up with some shit as a cop at all, not from the people and of color or anything in your town, but your wife. You got to be really, really putting up with that shit all day, huh? You don't want to leave work sometimes because you know what's waiting for you at home, Darlene, huh? Darlene's got some pipes on her, and the neighbors hear it. She makes sure, Darlene. She wears shirts about "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" and Jersey. There's got to be a lot of Irish in New Jersey. But you know, the whole family life has to be hard for a cop. You gotta. She worries. You know, she worries. She's stressed constantly, and something tells me Robert here doesn't exactly help that stress. I don't think he's a really, forgiving kind of guy. Chief of police. I don't think you're allowed to be a very forgiving person being chief of police. Maybe a judge in New Jersey. Maybe a judge probably should at least try to be forgiving. But the chief of a gang unit? Come on. And for any people who might like the taste of leather that watch the podcast, yes. That's what I'm saying. He was also accused of harassing officers outside of the office by sending packages containing sexy toys and gay pride flags to their homes. This guy's just a hoot, dude. This guy's just a good belly laugh is all Bobby is. You know? He's kind of a knucklehead. You know, you call your coworkers you queer, you know? You fucking jab them in the... Maybe you forget you got evidence in your hand. Whatever. And you fucking sack tap Ronnie. Send him he makes a huge thing out of getting hit in the nards there at work. So you apologize to him appropriately after him showing you his feelings, and you fucking FedEx Express him a gay pride flag. Straight from Target, because it's got to come from the source. Oh, Bobby. Man, yeah, this guy's just fun. I mean, who doesn't have you don't have a coworker that's just a little much, huh? Sometimes you got some coworkers who's just Bobby's a handful. Sorry, but that's a good thing for him because he's your boss. I mean, this guy knows how to have a good time. It's not no nonsense with Bobby. I'm not even going to try and make out what I'm seeing in that fucking picture. Bobby's probably got some problems. Bobby appears to shave his arm on a police officer's desk. Man, this guy is just, listen. Some days are better than others. Huh, Bobby? And I mean, we never said he was a creative. Shaving your arm onto somebody's desk right in front of them, I don't know if that's really a prank. It's not a good one, at least. Never done that before. If you really wanted to stick it to him, Bobby, you'd have taken down Trow. Taking Trow downtown and put one of them Manscaped lawnmower 2.0, 3.0s, 5. Whatever they're on now. They got to be on 5.0 by now. Manscaped, everybody. And you just give it a deep Korean squat. And you start mowing over all that untamed, unsightly, definitely hair. Right on to his whatever he's reading. You know, maybe he's a big DC Comics fella. He's just in charge of the finances. Nobody really gets along with him. Nobody understands him. And he's just reading that new edition of Batman and Robin, where Robin's a fucking, a non-binary Dick Grayson. They did one a while ago where Robin was like trans or something like that. Or no, he was gay. Forgive me. Yeah, they had one a long time ago where Robin came out as gay, and everybody was like, "We know, Boy Wonder." Nobody thought you took up the mantle as Boy Wonder, and they went, "Boy, I wonder if he likes girls." They didn't. Nobody thought that. All right, I'm bombing. Whatever. Farley, who earns more than $228,000 a year. I'd be having a blast at work, too. Holy fucking smokes. He heads a police force that has 140 uniformed officers who parole 5.57 square mile. Okay, township. Some 60,000 residents, sits directly across from the Hudson River. Listen. They're in charge of a lot of land. I've never been to New Jersey. We've talked about it on the show. I'd love to come. I'd love to come to your town. The humble little New Jersey city. I'd love to meet Bobby as well. 228,000 seems a little ridiculous for a chief of police. I don't know what that position commonly pays. I can't tell you. That's probably a little much. Just a little much. By the way, why aren't you pulling better pranks on your coworkers? 228 grand a year, man. Pretty sure if anybody in America starts making 228K a year, they start pulling money because they're like, oh, this is an asset now. This is a tax write-off. This is how YouTubers start their business. Because I could buy a bowling ball and, 6 rolls of shrink wrap or saran wrap, and, we get a couple hits and the money just comes back to you after a little while, Sometimes you shave your arm and then your other arm onto your coworker's desk. Even if, the month prior to you hadn't given him a promotion, and all of a sudden he's watching you slap Nair onto the underside of your testicles while you're squatting on his desk. Sometimes you drive people to suicide. This is work. This is why you have to make fun at work. Don't go to work if it's not fun day. After cornering me, oh shit, okay, I don't know who this is going to be, but after cornering me in the filing area with no further room to retreat, he sticks a hypodermic needle through my jeans into the tip of my penis. Darren wrote that when he protested, Farley had told me I don't know how to take a joke. Well, I called that though, huh? I fucking called that. Listen, Bobby's drinking at work for sure. You jab somebody with a needle, and when they fucking scream at you, you go, "Oh, you fucking pussy, I'm gonna mail you a gay pride flag." That's New Jersey, baby. Give it up. Give it up for Jersey. Come on. We got Bobby. We got Redman. That river. What more do you need? It's probably a real party during St. Patty's Day as well. It was also found...
Fond.
Oh, Fawn, sorry. I can't I can't see. He was also fond of scraping fluids from his underwear onto people seated in the chief's office. So what does that look like? His underwear. Does he have to, is he wearing his underwear? Or is it just on and the AC isn't? And he's going off his ass onto you? I think I need a visual representation of this, because that's not enough context. He liked scraping off the fluid from his chonies, if you will, and just give him a, like you do after you wash your hands and the cat's around you or the dog's around you, and you give them a little, and they go, so do the people too. How does that smell, by the way? How's that fucking smell? That's probably what he says. Bobby's a hoot. I think they're making a big deal out of having a cool boss. In this economy, dude, you better learn to take a joke, bro. You better learn to take a joke. A needle is like not even noticeable if you're looking straight down it. Don't be such a pussy. Was it a clean needle at least? I mean, good Lord, just jab him in the head of it. It goes right through the piss hole and out the backside. That's not a Prince Albert or whatever, right? That a Prince Albert goes up it. Am I even saying the right Prince? Okay. I don't want to confuse royalty on the show. How embarrassing. Prince Albert. Yeah, it sounds right. He looks like he's got a fucking cock piercing for sure. Ribbed. Just a ribbed schwanz. Do those beads, kind of do this down the when you're soft? It's not a straight line, right? Albert. I said Albert, no? Yeah. Yeah. That's fun. Oh, my fucking Lord, man. Can't put that one up on a pod. Whew. Is this a Jewish thing? Is this... That penis looked like it belonged to the singer from Disturbed. He's got that. He's got a ring like this.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that? He's
Not.
got like a ring coming out. It's so cool. I'm like, how do you fucking move your tongue at all? Yeah, that's definitely his dick. Jesus Christ. Dad's a little rusty, which is the name of the penis with the Prince Albert. I'm going to stop. I'll stop there. All right. How does that... But okay, hold on. Well, now I'm thinking about it more. Because if that piercing gets infected, you're losing the whole... Are you able to lose the head of your penis? Like amputate the head of your penis and survive? Because you'll die from not being able to piss. I remember from the BMI Pain Olympics and stuff. God, Jesus Christ. At least they're not big fat cocks on Wikipedia. Just a hulking fucking... He's holding it like a fucking child's arm. Like, he's got one hand by the base and one near the head like he's wrangling a snake. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, doing the whole... Sorry, man. Feeding it mice. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. It don't add up. It don't add up. You know what does add up is the USA math Olympiad team beating China for the first time in 20 years. Guys, give it up for the USA. Let's see that picture of this team. Looks Chinese to me. Okay? Listen. That's one of the great things about America. is that we fight fire with fire. And that's one of the reasons that the Olympics is so funny for America. I have to know how frustrated all these countries are seeing America compete in the Olympics. I had seen a bit somebody called different races Pokemon for America during the Olympics, because it's like, all right, what's the event? What's the event? Like a long jump? Black girl. Let's get a black girl in there. Track and field. Yeah, again, black girl. I want to know what races we don't have, because I feel like that's where, you know, we need. That's how we figure out who needs some catch up, huh? Is who America's not using. This is the best shit in the world. I wish they would have a picture of both teams together, and then be like, "Hey, put down the flag. Let's guess." Are they just a little darker? No Indians, huh?
There's one.
No? Okay. There can only be one, right? It's not a fucking spelling bee or something. White guy directing them, of course. Total dork. These white guys to the side are just friends. Obviously. Are just the homeboys. They're like, we got to go to Ping Mang. Huh? We got to go to Tianjin. Only 12 years after the explosion. How cool. Yeah, I mean, what would you assume? Did we really? Can we see the teams of the past 20 years? The U.S. Math Olympiad team. White. I mean, let's guess the races, right? What do you think last year had happened? Maybe one Chinese guy? Maybe it was just they wanted to see if the odds were better, and that percentage went up enough for them to be like, I mean, shit. These are the cards that are on the table, fellas. Let's enough of being ashamed of, cutting some corners. Let's not pretend that this team wasn't going to end up this way, guys. Let's just do it. Huh? You ship them down. No, they're probably totally American citizens. They're probably all from like San Francisco. Right? George Takei. Lot of road work made over there in San Fran. I'm not going to say railroad. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm not going to say railroad. Hoo-wee. I don't think that was one of their names, but I don't know where you want me to go. Listen, this was one of the funner stories this week. I needed some fucking T-ball, okay? If you didn't think you were going to tune in for the first time in like 2 months just to hear a bunch of race jokes, fucking sorry. I don't know what you've been watching. Little NPR or something. But, hey, man, I mean, things are good. Things are going real good. These guys decided to have fun at work for once, and they were like, you know what? Let's just fucking get a panel of Korean dudes. And for the second and third places, China and South Korea took the honors. Okay? Listen, it's not fucking, and I'm dead ass serious on this one. This is not just me being a white guy saying this. Do you know why stereotypes are stereotypes? Most of the time it's because they're fucking true. Asians aren't just good at math. Chinese people aren't just good at math. They do it better than we do. Do you understand? They don't just compute better. Their math is simpler. And we don't learn. We're using miles and fucking whatever else it is that we use. that the rest of the world does not. English is one of the only things that they all use. It's just easier. Math is just easier for them. And it makes fucking total sense. Maybe if you would pay more attention to your fucking children, you would have found out a better way to teach them instead of screaming at them at the dinner table at 7 p.m. because they can't spell the word shirt. Okay? You're getting mad at them because you could barely perform the math equation that's actually a fucking riddle in proper English. You can barely answer it. So, maybe the whole thing has failed us. Maybe it's good that Trump got rid of the Department of Education. Those guys are cunts. They don't know what they're doing. We're hiring a bunch of losers to get mad and scream at your children. I'm kind of fired up now. I'm a little excited to see what's going to happen. Keep in mind, I've been waiting for the big rock to hit. So it's not really like me being on anybody's side here. I'm trying to laugh at everything that's going on. And the only time that I really do math of the economy and think about what's going on is when I'm, just deadpan talking into a camera once a week. That's really when I think out loud. And then I can actually come to some conclusions. And, maybe some of you can tell when I'm actually thinking something or when it's obviously a joke. But this is awesome. I love this. I think this is hilarious. And this really should be a testament. This really should be the prime example to just about every other country. Hey, these guys fucking won math. Get on board, dude. It's not a secret what they're doing. It's not a secret how they're teaching their children math equations. It's not. It's out there in the open. It's on the fucking internet. If you get the fuck off TikTok and check out what everybody else is doing because it works, then maybe it's not cheating to do what they do. Maybe you're not a communist if you do math like a Chinese person. They won. Fall in line. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't be a fucking dumbass. It works. It works. Sorry, everybody. You know what's probably totally different in China than it is here also? You all know, say it with me, labor laws. Child labor laws are probably totally different in China. You're probably not allowed, like death penalty, not allowed to get a job at a certain age when you're a kid in China, but you're definitely in school. You're definitely in school if you're not working. I'm not so sure that Chinese people really need a second job. You know what I mean? Do they? Do a lot of Chinese people have second jobs? 2 places at once. Wu-Tang Sword Dance. Listen. Florida is considering. I'm going to put my hands together like this so that you guys know that I'm being a serious, formal person and talking to a large populace. So I take this seriously. I'm going to make a tiny little globe with my hands and hold the whole world inside of both of my palms and make weird symbols like, I don't know, doing the whole, whatever. Baphomet, baby! Florida's considering changing their child labor laws because I don't know what happened here, but they're having a weird influx, a weird big vacancy of immigrants. Weird. I don't know where that comes from. I guess these guys just got tired of Florida, packed up and moved on out, huh? You'd rather put your kids to work. Yo. You know what? Start them young. I don't like that there's a little monk at the bottom of the screen. Okay. I don't know what happened in America, but we used to be totally fine with little Timmy having a paper route, and and maybe drunk driving got to be enough of an issue to where you couldn't trust your child on a bicycle at 5 in the morning on a Sunday because Donald down the street's not done with his coke bender until Tuesday afternoon, and you don't want him to get sideswiped by the newly divorced cunt that still has your lawn care equipment, and you're too scared to ask for it back, but you're not scared enough to tell your child that he can't get a job. You fucking coward. You coward. Donald be damned. The kids get to work. Okay? The kids get to work. Legislature on Tuesday advanced a bill that would loosen child labor laws. I love how general the word loosen is. Allowing children as young as 14 years old to work overnight shifts. Whoa! Okay, I think that's the latter, no? That's not like where the that's not like the lightest part of the child labor law. 14-year-old kids can close a Hobby Lobby at fucking at 1 o'clock in the morning, because they don't go home at, when does the shift at Hobby Lobby end?
Like 10.
Like 10? Yeah. I mean, he's a kid. He's got to figure it out. It probably takes him 3 hours just about to really clean up and make sure that the shelves are faced. All the things. Oh my God, this is amazing. Overnight shifts. So you're going to have, listen, we've already got a bunch of McDonald's and Taco Bells where there's one person working overnight. You're going to put a 14-year-old kid with a few fryers and an overnight shift, knowing good and goddamn well these places are understaffed. I'm for it. I'm for it. Maybe we can use this to our advantage and actually raise a new generation of people that had no choice but to get their shit together. These are what we're going to call angels, because they're going to either die at like a church's chicken, or what's the one that I'm thinking of? The one where people fight a lot. Waffle House, huh? You want to hit a 14-year-old in the mouth at a Waffle House? I sure do. I sure do. I don't know who's never had that thought before. These fucking kids, Maybe the divorce rate goes down because less people are marrying. Not as much taxes going into that. We could start taking some schools down. I said this before, mandatory abortions for 4 years. Mandatory abortions for 4 years. Fair? Fair? With everything going on in the world, you really think that's the worst thing? You really think mandatory abortions are the worst thing? Maybe show people a little bit of responsibility. Okay? You can't wear a condom, but you're going to go ahead and allow little Timmy to get a job working fryers at the buffet until fucking 3 in the morning. Overnight shift, by the way, is also a super general term. It's an overnight shift. That's graveyard. That starts at 10 and he gets out at 6. That's every shift. If the first thing that you say is they'll be allowed to work overnight shifts, that means you're letting 14. That means the biggest part of this story is the 14 years old part. That means maybe 13-year-old kids don't have to work graveyard shifts. Maybe they go down to 12 and they could work, a part-time in the afternoon, after recess or some shit. I don't know when recess stops nowadays, but I think it stops straight out the womb. As an iPad kid myself, I understand these kids don't have, fucking casts on and real world friends. So they're learning about, acceptance and shit online instead of bullying people in person and ruining their lives and learning from their mistakes, huh? You can't use water to put out a grease fire, Gregory. God damn it, how many times have I told you? It's going to make it worse. He spends all of his goddamn paycheck on tattoos. Bunch of entrepreneurs we're creating over here, man. This is phenomenal. This is fantastic. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. And I'm for it, honestly. It's high time, huh? I don't know. Can you how young can the Chinese start working? Do they have child labor laws? I don't think they do. And I know that sounds racist, but I'll remind you, sweatshops. So for some people, working's not an option at all. Sometimes it's not about making ends meet. Sometimes it's your fucking existence, and you're locked in a basement or a building. This is the real world. Need we remind you, there are plenty worse things going on than me saying silly racist shit. Okay? I'm trying to vouch for myself before any backlash happens at all. I'm just trying to have fun. Okay? Is that okay with everyone? I think it's good. And I think it's good for me. And what's good for the goose? Huh? Hit that fucking bell. Let's go. Yeah, man. Pretty sure they don't talk about child labor laws in China. It's just like, hey, we need to stop forcing children to work to death for Kmart sweaters. Kmart's been out of business for a decade. They're still making Kmart sweaters, for Christ's sake. Is there Christ in China? Or is there... Is it a big Chinese Jesus nailed to the cross up on a wall in a few of these churches? Do they have mega churches in China? These are things we need to know, guys. Listen, I'm here to ask the tough questions because nobody's thinking about them. Drunk rambling in front of a computer and a woman. I'll do the talking. Very cool. I love it. You love to see it. It's just very silly. Everything's very silly right now. The war plan group chat thing had happened. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it is hilarious to me. A war plan group chat. I don't know what app they were using. I know at this point that it wasn't very much more reliable than WhatsApp. Not too much. A reporter got accidentally tangled up in a group chat among, JD Vance and Trump and defense secretaries and stuff about potential war plans. And I guess they were talking about a missile strike in Yemen. And he was like, oh, I didn't know if it was a joke or not. And then I heard bombs were dropping in Yemen. Funny. Having fun at work. Huh? It's very cool. Finally, JD Vance is in a story right now. This guy's got to feel so left out right now. I was just informed that he has like a Netflix documentary about his humble beginnings. Hey, let me start right here. I don't give a fuck, guys. I don't care how you came up. I'm judging you right now is what I'm doing. I don't want to watch a documentary about any fucking 40-year-old's upbringing. I don't care. Wait until you're dead. Is this how we're doing shit? Is propaganda comes out the second they think it's needed? And it is fucking propaganda. I don't care how honest it was. I don't care how honest this documentary was. It's a fucking story of some schmuck's life who talked shit about the president and then was given fucking VP. Like, how everything's silly. Everything's silly right now. I'm just glad that JD had part in a story, whether it being his doing or not. Finally, we get to talk a little bit about JD Vance. By the way, he was in that group chat. He goes, what? And they were like, oh, the building crumbled. He's dead. And he goes, excellent. Like a fucking, like Dr. Evil's #2, you know? Like, excellent. It's so funny. I have been having a lot of fun, I have to admit, thinking about how frustrated J.D. Vance must be because all the attention has been given to Elon. It's so funny. It's so funny how J.D. must feel. Or he's just like dying for the attention of at least Trump. Not just the public eye, but at least Trump. And you got, I mean, all this shit's going down with Tesla, the, one that caught fire and exploded or whatever had happened, people vandalizing things, or who knows what actually happened. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I do know. What is hilarious is that Trump's been, it's going to be okay. Lonnie, it's going to be just fine. It's going to, listen, this is going to blow over. And Elon's just kind of like, no, it's not. Grimes, okay, good. And JD's just in the corner cucking it out, man. Just like, why won't you fight for me like you fight for Elon? I love it. It's a love triangle that we didn't really see coming, but you could totally see it coming. JD's not a fucking billionaire. He's not even a millionaire, probably. Maybe now. Fucking loser. You're not going to get daddy to like you. Listen, we've got friends that actually have assets, JD. Just sit back on the couch. Make sure everybody says please and thank you. And it'll all be over soon. It'll all be over soon. Yeah, They need to get his Diddy's lawyer on this. Guys, it's not that big a deal. I remember one time we were setting up my buddy's bachelor party via group chat. And we were talking about, getting a couple bags of toot, We were getting a couple strippers, independent contractor strippers, one of the little wink wink nudge nudge Better Call Saul kind of dancers, huh? And I was in charge of the group chat. By accident, I put Jessica up on there. We had to play it off like it was a big she goes, you mean to tell me that this was not a mistake? And I go, no. Nope. We were pranking you. And we all had a good laugh. And you can't really laugh because you're on coke. So you're like just grinding away. Anyway, have fun at work day, guys. I mean, what a bunch of shenanigans this last week. It's so fun. It's so much fun. And I hope for so much more shenanigans because it really is just fun to watch. Really. There's not much to say about it. But, we're getting into tornado season and hurricane season will come around and everything. And I can't wait to see what JD says, what Elon says. Because they're going to ask him now. We're at that point now where Elon is just too involved in Trump and politics and everything. So we're going to have like a fucking school shooting and they're going to be interviewing Elon Musk about it. No reason. No reason for any of that. The man who sold a limited edition flamethrower. We don't need to ask him about school shootings. We don't need to ask him about hurricanes. But here we go. We're going to do it. And I promise you that. It's on my fucking bingo card. It's on my fucking bingo card, okay? I'm making it. That's right. I'm making it. And interviewing Elon Musk about what changes are going to be made and what we are to do about school shootings and or natural disasters in the very near future. Okay? Mark my words. Till then, guys, we appreciate you watching. As always, leave a comment or whatever you want to do. Remember the drink Rex, any stories you think we should be talking about, or just to say hi to Dad. Huh? What's wrong with that? That could be fun, right? Till then, we're going to be right here, just shaking some babies and kissing some titties and signing some hands. Miss me?